Iran has executed a 69-year-old man with dual German-Iranian citizenship. The country's judiciary announced the killing on Monday. Jamshid Sharmahd was kidnapped in Dubai by Iranian security forces in 2020. He was convicted on terror charges related to a 2008 attack on a mosque in Iran that killed 14 people and wounded hundreds more. His family disputed the allegations and worked for years to try and get him freed. The German government has condemned the execution, calling Tehran a, quote, inhumane regime. OK, for more now, we can cross over to Gissou. She's the director of the Strategic Litigation Project at US think tank, the Atlantic Council. Thank you so much for being on the programme. Welcome. What kind of threat did Jamshid Sharmahd pose to the Iranian regime?
This is somebody who was a long-time dissident, and he called out the human rights violations and crimes of this regime, and that is why he was a target. I think it's very important to remember that he was abducted. He did not go to Iran. He very well knew that he would be a target there because of his longtime activism, but he was abducted illegally and taken to Iran, where he was given a death sentence after a trial that completely lacked due process, where it is unclear what the evidence is against him, and where there was not a fair trial process.
Jamshid's daughter, Gissou, spoke to us soon after he was convicted in 2023, and she said that the Iranian regime will not respond to any kind of talks or diplomacy. How can the West hold Iran accountable? What can Germany do, for instance? He had a German citizenship.
Yeah, he was a German citizen. And of course, I should note that Gissou has gone online right now and is demanding to see the proof from the German government or from the US government that her father has indeed been executed. We know that the judiciary has announced it. Typically, they don't announce these things unless it has happened, but she's demanding to see the proof. What I would say is that he should have been released in the hostage swap that happened, that the US brokered and resulted in September 2023. He was not included in that. And Gissou said then that essentially the US government had condemned him to a death sentence. I know that Gissou had also met Germany's foreign minister. And as a citizen, Jamshid should have been a top priority for the German government. There are other European countries like Sweden that have negotiated hostage swaps recently with Iran. And I don't know why Germany didn't do that, but they left this man to die. He was failed by both his governments, Germany and the US.
Yeah, Belgium also managed to get another Iranian dissident, another citizen brought back as well. What does it mean for Iranian dissidents who've either been tricked or kidnapped back to the country? What does this case do more broadly?
Well, this has a very chilling effect. There are governments around the world who are saying that they need to issue travel advisories to tell people to not travel to Iran for fear of being arrested or otherwise detained. But what happens when you're not even traveling to Iran? Jamshid was traveling for business through India. He went to the UAE and he was abducted there. There are Iranian dissidents all over the world. There are people who like to live in the free world and voice their criticisms against the regime. This essentially puts a target on all their backs. That is why this issue is much broader than simply Jamshid Sharmahd's case. That is what we have been saying from the beginning, and it is really a travesty that Germany and the US did not take this more seriously.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's really great to get your insights, Gissou. Thank you.
Thank you.